Live screen. Okay, you should be good.
Lisa, you there?
I'm just ready. Whenever you are, I'm ready. I'll just play the video when you tell me to.
Okay, go ahead and push the button.
Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is really a fun, exciting day. This is our CEO Fireside Chat, and for many of you seasoned veterans to our CEO Fireside Chats, you are used to these happening in the evening. Well, we wanted to try doing a CEO Fireside Chat right smack dab in the middle of the day, where you guys are fresh, you're ready, you're excited, and you want to go out and start making stuff happen. And I thought, hey, you know what? If we could give them the CEO Fireside Chat in the daytime and give them some good actionable things that they could go out in the marketplace, you know, by the time we're done, it's only going to be late afternoon there for those of you on the East Coast. You literally could take what I'm going to show you right now here today and go out and start doing deals like that. And so that's why we are testing this midday CEO Fireside Chat. So you guys give us feedback, let us know what you think. Now, this deal, this CEO Fireside Chat is all about you guys because I want to go over some of your deals. Now, you have been receiving emails from my company specifically about submitting deals to us. And I got to tell you, you guys have been really active, and I appreciate that. We've got not just one page, not just 2 pages, or 3 pages, or 4 pages. We have 5 and 6 pages of deals with about 22 on each page. So I've got almost 200 deals right here that you guys have submitted. However, not everyone who submitted a deal is here. So rather than prioritize these particular deals, I want you guys that are here and with me live to go ahead and send your deals to me. Now, the way that you're going to do that, right here in the chat portion of the GoToWebinar that you're watching. And for those of you that are joining us via Facebook Live, YouTube Live, any other live streaming device that we're currently going out on, you can simply use the link on your screen. So if you have joined us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, simply click the link in the description, and that's where you can start sending us the real live addresses of deals that you want us to go over right here, right now, and live. So the goal, giving you guys, you know, marching orders. Hey, this is what I believe value is. Here's the underlying debt. Here would be my structure based on the surrounding comparables. Here's how I would approach that deal. And then you can go out and literally write the offer or go approach the seller and start doing something with that lead. Okay. Now, before we jump into it, this is called Deal or No Deal. And of course, the CEO Fireside disclaimer. As stipulated by law, we cannot and do not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn money with any of the ideas, information, tools, or strategies we share. Nothing in this e-class or on any of our websites or our affiliate websites is intended to be a promise or guarantee of results or future earnings. All of our programs and those of our affiliates are intended to help you be successful and profitable, require desire, dedication, and hard work from you. I need an acknowledgement from every single one of you, regardless of which platform you are watching us from. Okay, so again, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the question portion of the dashboard. For those of you watching via webinar, the GoToWebinar link, you guys are just going to go to the questions, and you're simply going to write in the words, I agree. Okay, so you see the disclaimer on your screen. Simply say, I agree. Okay. Okay, Becky Wilmer, I see your deal, Becky 6011. 81122. Okay, for those of you that are watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, I need you guys to go and click the link in the description or use the link on your screen to tell us you agree with the disclaimer here. Just need to make sure that you guys, nothing that we teach here at the Lee Arnold System is get rich quick, okay? I don't believe in get rich quick. I don't think it's a good idea for people to get rich quick. I don't believe in lottery winning. I believe that to truly be successful, you need systems that are predictable and repeatable and reliable. And if you get rich quick, oftentimes it has more to do with the market. You got lucky, and we saw a lot of those lucky lucksters completely depart the industry in 2009, 2010. And I started investing in real estate in 1996. So I've been through multiple market segments, and I think it's important to have a solid foundation. So we don't do get rich quick here. That's why I'm having you all agree to the stipulation. Okay? All right, next, I want to give you guys what we call an ethical bribe. All right, an ethical bribe is a bribe which is ethical. And what I want to give every single one of you right now joining us is the Cash is King CEO transcript and ebook. Every time we do a CEO Fireside Chat, we record it both by video as well as by audio. Those audio files are then taken and copywritten, put into a book format so that you guys can consume the data by reading it, take notes, highlight it, underline it, and just a tremendous amount of value here in this Cash is King program. Okay, so you will get this by staying on to the very end of this presentation. That is my ethical bribe for all of you. But before we jump into that, I want to share with you guys a tool that we're going to be using pretty aggressively through this training so that you have a better idea or understanding of how it works. It's a new program called SendFuse, and this is a software application. It's a text bot that we are using internally as a company going on almost a year. And my entire acquisitions team, my loan officers, my loan analysts, every single person within our company is using this tool because it is so incredibly powerful. And I want to illustrate the power of it to you out in the field. So I've got just a quick little 7-minute video for you to show you the power of this. And then when we get back, I'm going to start going through your deals live. So while you're watching this video, I want you to also be typing in an address of a property on a deal that you've got that you're working on that you would like for me to possibly review here live. Okay. Also, if you are watching the GoToWebinar and you'd like to join us via Facebook Live, you can do that now. Just go to the LeeArnoldSystem.com Facebook page. Once you like the page, you'll see the live stream feed happening right there on Facebook as well as in YouTube. Okay. Now, our audio will be on in the studio, so the audio quality may not be great. It helps if you just turn down your speaker so that you don't get that feedback. But let's go ahead and roll that video, Lisa. Go ahead and play. All right, everybody. Now, one of my favorite things about SendFuse is when we're out here driving for dollars, looking for properties that might be in disrepair, might need some love. And what I'm looking for is houses where the grass is real tall or there's snow everywhere, or if there's something taped to the front door. So as we're driving here, I'm just looking for things that might fit into that category. And, oh, look, right here. Okay, right here. See that there's something posted to the front door? Now, I don't know what that is, but anytime you've got something posted to a front door, that's a red flag that there is some type of legal thing going on with the property. Now, to just be sitting here, if I didn't have SendFuse, I would be clueless as to what's going on. But I've got SendFuse, so let's go in here and check it out, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is just go into my text, and I'm going to go and type in SendFuse. I've got it saved. SendFuse is a text bot. So all you got to do is go in and hit SendFuse, okay? So now I want to know some information about this property. So I'm going to start with research, okay? I'm going to research, and then I'm going to put in 718 East Empire Avenue, and we are in Spokane, Washington. Now, this works all over the country, you guys. So anywhere that you are in the United States of America, you can use this function. So is address 718 East Empire correct? Yes, it is. So we type in yes, and SendFuse comes back, and it's going to tell me who the owner is and what the story is. Okay, so here's what we've got. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 1,212 square feet. The current owner bought it for $121,000 on March 4th of 2009, and she got a loan for $118,192. Now, where we're sitting, you guys, just because I know the market pretty well, this house is probably worth anywhere from $180,000 to $200,000, but I don't know and I don't want to guess. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go and I'm going to tell Centuse to give me titles. So title for, I'm going to go back here and just copy and paste this address, and then I can just paste it right in here and drop it in. Whoops, wrong one. Title for, that's the one we want right there on Empire. Copy address. Okay, and then we're going to do title 4 and drop it in. Okay, yes, that's the one I want. Okay, now Centuse is going to go in and it's going to pull me the 6, 7, or 8 page report on this property, which is going to give me what we call the debt stack. Now, as an investor, I got to have the debt stack because I need to know what the underlying liens are for this property. So Centuse is going to come back and, okay, it's now emailed me the debt stack. Now, the debt stack, I just go into my email address, and it's going to send me something that looks exactly like this, okay? So this is the debt stack, how it will come out to you, okay? Now, I've pre-printed this out so you guys can see what that looks like, just to get an idea of all of the information that's there. But I want to get a closer look at this property. So now Centuse has emailed this to me. So I'm just going to go now into my email, and here's the debt stack right here. Okay. All right. Now, from the debt stack, as you guys just follow along, you can see that the owner is T. Fung, does not live there. So you see the mailing address is 2117 East Providence, which means this is a non-owner occupied property. Built in 1911, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,212 square feet. Here's that loan that we talked about, March 2009. It was a Fannie Mae mortgage for $121,000. Now, 2009, you guys, was over a decade ago. So if the homeowner's been making payments on this property, the payoff could be as low as $81,000. So here, Centuse gives me an aerial of what the property looks like. You can see this big garage from this aerial photo in the back. I love a good 2-car garage. That's really going to help us with value. Okay, you can see here that the property is scheduled to go to foreclosure sale, and the auction is taking place today. Okay, this thing's going to foreclosure sale today, you guys. Let's go down here and see what it's worth. Let's see. Here's the debt stack. So you read a debt stack in reverse. We'll go to the bottom here. The previous owner acquired it $58,000 back in 2002. Here's a new mortgage in 2005 for $48,000. Then that owner sells it to the current owner for $57,500. And now we see the current owner getting it here for $123,000 in 2009 as an REO. And there's a loan against it for $118,000. Okay. So this property is scheduled to go to foreclosure sale today. Now, let's look at the comps real quick, okay? Built in 1911, $121,000. Here's one built in right here, same street on Empire. Here's a house built in 51 that just sold for $220,000. Here's another one that's a good comp for $200,000. Here's another good comp for $210,000. Oh my goodness, you guys. What this means, the payoff on this house is about $81,000, and fixed up, it's probably worth $200,000. Now, as you can see, the property is in not that bad of condition. It actually looks pretty good. And auction starts in 40 minutes. Let's go. All right, you guys, here we are right in front of the courthouse. And I'm going to go in here and bid on this thing and see if we can buy it. Remember, when we pulled up in front of it, we pulled the Centuse debt stack. We discovered that this thing's going to foreclosure auction today. So at this point, it doesn't make any sense for us to send postcards or write an offer to the homeowner. Let's just go in here and see if we can buy this thing. Now, the opening bid is $81,000. I don't know how many people are in there bidding. I don't know what we're going to have to pay to get it. But all I can tell you is I'm going to go do my darndest to get this thing. So unfortunately, you can't come into the courthouse with me. We can't film in there. So you guys hang tight. I'll come back and let you know how it went. All right? Hang on. Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, we got it. Look at this, you guys. Picked it up for $125,000. Opening bid was $81,000. Now, unfortunately, if we would have gotten to this sooner, we could have maybe worked with the homeowner and got it for a better price. But that's the way it goes sometimes. But the good news is We bought it, $125,000 purchase price. We put about 20 grand into it. Once we're done, this thing's going to sell for $199,900, and we're going to profit about $25,000 on this one house. And I could not have done it without Senfuse. Senfuse is amazing. Thank you, Senfuse. Okay, so as you guys can see, Senfuse is an incredibly powerful tool, and we could not do what we do without it. Now, in full disclosure, my company started using Senfuse, I think it was last April or May, and it did some things, but it didn't do everything we wanted it to do. And so I called the developer, the owner of it, and I said, hey, can you get Senfuse to do this, and that, and the next thing? And he said, you know, Lee, why don't you just buy it and you can do with it whatever you want? And I said, okay, well, let's do that. So that's what we did. We officially closed on Senfuse in May of last year, and we have spent almost $100,000 now in development costs to get it to do what it now does. Some of you are going to have the opportunity to get Senfuse here today for free. My question is, would anybody like to have Senfuse for free? If so, simply respond in the portal here. And I can't imagine, if any of you say, no, Lee, I don't want it for free, then you're nuts. Yeah, okay, absolutely, of course you do, right? Free is good. Yeah, thanks, Sean. Okay, so I will talk to you guys more about that, but for right now, I want to jump into some deals. And the first deal we're going to work on is Becky Warner's deal. Becky, question for you. Are you somewhere that you can jump on the phone call with me here? Becky, are you at the office? Are you at home? Are you somewhere where you can talk to me openly? Or are you somewhere you can't? Okay. Becky Wilmer is at home. So Becky, I'm going to unmute your line and you and I are going to chat through this deal, okay? So let's go find Becky in our attendance here. Becky Wilmer. There she is. Okay. Becky, I've unmuted you. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Becky. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Good. So, Becky, tell me about this deal. What do you got? What are you doing?
You know, this was really last minute, so I don't have any paperwork in front of me, except I'm very familiar with the property. So, it's an older house. They're asking $275,000. It needs to be redone. It's kind of, it's on a really nice lot in Mayfield, and it needs to be redone, refurbished. There are some really nice comps around it that I think could put it in the $500,000 range. And that's just where my perspective of what I would do with it and so forth. So I don't have an offer in on it yet. I know that an offer has been submitted one time, but it had some creative financing in it, and it was for $250, and I want to do that. So that's all I know. I just know that I really like the property, and I can really see some cool stuff.
Okay. And Becky, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Are you driving or on the road somewhere?
Pardon me?
Are you driving somewhere right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay, are you using your speaker audio on your computer?
Headphones.
Okay. Can you maybe unplug your headphones and speak directly into the computer? That might help our audio a little bit.
Can you hear me still?
Yep. Are you off the headset?
Oh, awesome.
Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so this is the house. Is that correct, Becky?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, and it's a farmhouse. Looks like a farmhouse. 275. How much land is it on?
2 acres.
Okay, and what do you want to do with it?
I want to make it a really nice farmhouse. So that's what I would do. I would just get the inside, probably do a little bit of expansion.
Are you intending to flip it?
Depends on how much I like it when it's done.
Well,
but I probably would flip it.
Yeah, Becky, it's an important question because if your intent is to occupy, I can't lend you any money. So buy it as a rehab, fix, and flip, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So for all of you now watching, the first thing we do is we always go to Google. We Google the address to make sure we have the right address. From Google, then we're going to look at Zillow. Zillow is going to give us a lot of information about the property. And you always want to read the text from the agent. So when you come to Zillow, the most important thing on the Zillow site is not the data that Zillow is putting out there on the property. The most important thing is the comments from the agent who has the property listed, okay? And that went away, so let's try this again, 6011. And Becky, can you mute for me real quick?
Yes.
I'm just getting so much static coming through the line. Here, tell you what, Becky, I'm going to mute you on my end, and then when I need you again, I'll unmute you, okay? There we go. All right. That's better. Okay, so again, everybody, what we're doing here is we're looking at this property that Becky's got. We go to Google because we want to see if there's anything that jumps out at us. Now, obviously, it's a listed property, so making contact and connection with the owner is unnecessary because an agent has it listed. So from Google, we go to Zillow. So we Google it, we Zillow it, we send fuse it, and then we skip trace it if it's a unlisted direct to seller opportunity. And here's what we've got. Can't beat the location on CR 516, just south of Bayfield. This property features over an acre of land with views of the Pine River Valley and the HD Mountain Range. Irrigation rights from the Thompson-Epperson Ditch. No covenants. There's a sprinkler system in place to keep your yard green. All year-round support for 4-H animals and an assortment of fruit trees. The home located on the property contains 1,569 square feet, which was really built in 1950 and remodeled and added onto over the years. Okay, when I see added onto over the years, the first thing that jumps into my mind is, were the additions permitted? If the additions were not permitted, part of your renovation process is going to have to be going down to the city, making sure that those additions were permitted. And if they were not permitted, you're going to have to pull the permits, which means the inspector is going to have to come out and inspect the property, make sure that all of the unpermitted work was done correctly, so that you then can get it permitted and have that square footage added to the entire footprint of the property. Why is this so important? If the additions to the house increasing the square footage were not permitted, they will not be allowed to be used as part of the appraisal. Furthermore, you're going to have a very hard time getting it sold to an FHA or a VA buyer. So these unpermitted additions can be very problematic. Now, there's a solution and a system to move through them. Most people don't understand the process, nor do they understand the cost or the delay in time, because when you're dealing with municipalities and government in general, I think we all can agree, regardless of which party side you choose, nothing moves quickly as it relates to government, except for impeachment trials. That move pretty quickly. That's terrible. But in the permitting process, you guys, it could take anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months. Now, while it is problematic for us as professionals, we can move through it. And it makes great negotiation fodder or leverage to get the price down. So just be aware of that, all right? Now, the next thing we're going to do from Zillow is we're going to click on the roadmap here. Okay, and this is a very, very important function, and this is where a lot of you miss out on the opportunity. From this, you're just going to hit lot lines right here in Zillow. We are still in the Zillow map portion, and you can see here's the sliver of property. Now, one thing that I do not like about this particular parcel is it has a lot of road frontage here, okay? And road frontage, I did not see a fence. So as I'm thinking about who is my prospective buyer, they are citing things like 4-H, which is a group program for kids, high school kids that want to raise animals. All right, I got no fence, and usually if my marketing is going to be to younger aged families, right? If they have kids, they're not going to like having that much property line right up against the freeway. And I understand it's only a 2-lane county road, but there's still going to be traffic there, and that could be problematic on a retail sale. Again, it would not prohibit me from buying this particular asset. It would simply cause me to negotiate differently. Okay, so you can see here we've got this, which has a 2-unit sitting on it. Over here, this is 323. 279, 251, 234, 403. So Becky, one of the things that's jumping out at me right out of the gates here, when we talked, you said fixed up, you think you could get about $500,000 for it. Here's the challenge with that. There is nothing around here that even has a $500,000 number on it. So you've got all this surrounding acreage, and not a single one of them shows $500,000 as a value. Okay, so that's challenge number one. Now next, let's go in and let's pull our debt stack within Cenfuse, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my screen mirroring so you guys can see my cell phone screen and everything I'm doing with it. So let me pull that over here so you guys can see it. And there we go. You got that, Peter?
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take us into Cenfuse, you guys, and we're going to research. Always start with a research command to make sure that you've got the right address. So we're going to research 6001 County Road, 516, and this is Bayfield. Whoops, spell it right is helpful. Again, spell it right. Bayfield, Colorado. And that is 811-81122, okay? So make sure that that's the correct address, and we say, yes, that's the correct address. Now, Cenfuse is now going to give us all of the owner information, the underlying purchase price, and any underlying liens, okay? So here's what we've got. Here's the property address. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,570 square feet. The owner is Dan William, and it is non-owner occupied, so it appears to be sitting vacant. Mailing address is 6200 County Road 516. So 6200, it looks like the guy that owns it lives either right next door or just half or maybe a quarter mile up the road. And as you can see, I'm not seeing a purchase price or any debt information, which means he's owned it for quite some time. Now, next step in Infusionsoft, watch this. This is really important, you guys. We're going to hover over the address here. We're going to copy the address, and then we're going to go back into, and we're going to simply say Title 4, and we're going to drop it in. Okay, Cenfuse comes back and says, is this correct? We say yes. Now, I want you to understand, you guys, that I'm doing all of this on my cell phone. Couldn't retrieve any information. Let me see. Title 4, and let's try it this way. Yes, 6011 County Road. Okay, now when this happens, we go into Google right here on our cell phone, and we're just going to drop it in. We're going to search it this way. It's going to give us this, so we're going to copy the address directly from Google. Google gives you the most recognizable digital footprint for an address. And then we're going to go back in here, Title 4, and we're going to drop it in from Google's and see if that changes our results. Now, if it doesn't, it could simply be because there's no data that goes back that far. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, you guys, is that the property appears to be free and clear, and there are no underlying liens. That's what we're getting from this. So, Becky, I'm going to unmute you now, and let's chat about this. Okay, so Becky, what is your plan on this deal?
Well, I would, if I could rebuild it, I would actually like to have it as a right place. With an eventual sale in the next 2 years.
Okay, Becky, I'm not hearing you. I need you to lean in or speak really loud.
You can't hear me?
I need you to be really loud. I can't hear you.
Okay, I'd like to keep it for me.
Okay, so you want to buy it to live in?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, do you think $275,000 is the right price?
It's overpriced, obviously, the land is, and there are houses around it. There aren't many comps. We're really shy on comps around here.
Yeah.
If you spread out a little bit, maybe a mile or two, you'll find some, that are a little bit more relative, I think. So that would be and everyone loves the lot and everything, but it does need to be just totally redone.
Okay, so based on everything I'm seeing here, Becky, I would put a maximum ARV value on this thing at $399.9 is where I would be. Based on the comps, because you got this one just above us at 421, you've got the one just south of us at 481, but you can see that's a much bigger parcel. So, and again, I'm only saying this from a negotiating with the seller as well as the agent standpoint.
Sure.
If my ARV is $399, and this is another thing that a lot of people make the mistake, they negotiate based on the list price and not on the ARV. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's get my screen mirroring back up here. Okay, where did that go? Becky, how much work would you say it needs in rehab?
Totally new kitchen, new bathroom. You probably have to add and do some remodel for the bathrooms. And,
Okay.
Strip the wall. It needs wiring and drywall and flooring.
Okay, so you got to redo the electrical as well.
I would, just because I think that would be the right thing.
Okay. So how much is all of that going to cost?
I'm hoping to be able to do that for like $150.
150?
Or, well, I know what building goes around here, but it'd be nice to get it for $75.
Okay. Well, here's the math, just so you have it. We're going to take the ARV at $399.9 times 70%. Okay, that's $279,930, and the list price is $275. Okay, so the list price isn't far off, but where we now need to make an adjustment is on the rehab. So if rehab is $75,000, we're going to subtract $75,000 from the $279,000. And you need to pay no more than $204,000 for this property.
Gotcha.
Okay? Now, question is, Becky, if you're going to live there, the property in its current state, is it financeable?
Pardon me?
Is the property in its current state financeable?
I think so. At one point they had it that it wouldn't qualify for FHA, but
Yep.
I bet it's possibly that if you went conventional.
Okay. Well, then I would start with an offer probably around 175 or 185 and then work my way up. But you need to be as close to 204,930 as you can. Does that answer your question, Becky?
Okay. Yes, it does, and I thank you. This was just a last-minute thing. I'm sorry if it was a kind of a wonky property.
No, these are fun. The stranger, the better. It makes it interesting and keeps me on my toes.
Yes, I'd like to know how I'll find out how I can be a part of this.
Okay, sounds good. Well, good talking with you, Becky. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, next up, Jeff and Nancy Dixon. Are you in a place that you can chat? Jeff and Nancy Dixon. Barbara Wiseman, how do we get the live viewing back? I can only hear it, says Barbara.
Be on her end. We got full function.
We're live on our end, Barbara, so you might need to log back into Facebook or something else and see if you can get back in that way. Okay, I'm looking for Jeff and Nancy Dixon. They have submitted a deal. Are you guys still here? And can you chat? Are you somewhere you can chat, Jeff and Nancy Dixon? You need to communicate that to me in the chat portion here. Okay, there they are. All right, so Jeff and Nancy, I'm going to go in and unmute you. And let's go over your deal submission here real quick. Okay, here we go. Jeff and Nancy, are you there?
Hello?
Jeff, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Jeff and Nancy, nice to make your acquaintance. How are you guys today?
All right.
Good. Okay, so let's talk about your deal. You submitted a deal at 9834 North Citrus Springs, correct?
Yes.
And then I saw you submit a different deal. Which one do you want to go over?
I did. I thought I only did the one. Let's go with the 9384 Citrus Springs Boulevard.
Okay. All right, so Nancy, where do we go first?
Go to Google.
Good.
What I did was I went on Zillow. This house is in foreclosure. It's been foreclosed on.
Okay. And is it listed with a realtor?
Yes, it is.
How much are they asking?
$49,900.
And is that a good buy?
It needs a lot of work.
Okay.
I think it needs to come down some. The comps
All
are
right.
running right around 89.
Okay. Well, let's look at it here real quick. First of all, from Google, what I'm looking for is just anything that jumps out at me that could be problematic on negative stories. You know, there's a drive-by shooting, anything about this particular area that may cause us challenges when we're trying to resell it. And I don't see anything here on the first page of Zillow that's concerning, or I'm sorry, on Google that's concerning. So from here now, we're just going to click and go straight over to Zillow. Okay, so here is our property. Again, anytime, whether you guys are looking at Zillow or Redfin or any of these online websites, the most important thing, even when you're looking at listings online, the most important things right here are the agent remarks. You can learn more just reading between the lines of the agent marks than you're going to know doing pretty much anything else. So it says fixer-upper, 2-bedroom, 1 home, located in beautiful Citrus Springs. Neighborhood has many amenities, rails to trails, bike path, community center, basketball, and tennis courts. Convenient to shopping, restaurants, major highways, and area attractions. Short drive to Rainbow River, the Gulf, see realtor remarks. Okay, so here's what I prefer to see when I'm reading these remarks. I want to see something where it says fixer-upper, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. House is absolutely trashed. General contractor required. Roof is falling over. Organic substances growing everywhere. Possible manufacture and distribution of methamphetamines. You know, the worse the copy, the better the deal. So I want copy that scares the general public, and this agent has not given us very good, scary copy, but that's okay. We'll keep looking. All right, so I want to see the photos here. So I'm going to look at these photos. Looks like a nice little Rambler ranch with a, is that a garage or a carport? Is there a door on that?
No, it's a carport.
Okay. So I would probably in my renovation budget consider putting a garage door on it so that it could be a sealed garage. Flooring is shot. Is the slab cracked?
It doesn't look like it. We haven't been inside of it. We walked around, looked through all the windows and everything. It doesn't appear to have any foundation issues.
Okay. Okay. The kitchen, those cabinets can be repainted. Nothing in this kitchen concerns me. It does look like we've got some settling taking place right here. So you see this crack right here along the slab? That's either a crack or a settling fracture, or it's just somewhere where the carpet was glued down. But it looks like a settling crack, and somebody tried to fill it in and then carpet over it. Because this photo, it just looks like it's sloping down in this room. Again, not a big issue, but when we are in the process of acquisition, we want to be looking for all known or potential issues that we could utilize to negotiate a lower price.
Right.
And it looks like we do have some settling. The bathroom here, all I would do in this bathroom is replace the toilet and paint the cabinets. I wouldn't do anything else. I would paint the tub. I'd probably just put a plastic tub surround over those tile. I would not remove them. Laundry room. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to assume that this air conditioning unit does not work. And your service coming into the house, this electrical pole, the service looks old, so I'm guessing that the amp for the panel is on only 100 amp. So when you guys go in there, you're going to want to check the back side of this panel on the inside and make sure you've got at least a 200 amp panel.
Okay.
Roof doesn't look to be in that bad of condition. You've got a fully fenced yard. So I like all of those things. So that looks good. Next thing, I'm going to go down here and look at the history of this deal. Okay, so in 2001 it sold for $48.9. In December of 19 it was listed for $59. They dropped the price to $54.9, then again to $49.9, which tells you that they either are not getting a lot of traffic coming through it, or the traffic that they're getting is not resulting in an offer, or the traffic that they're getting is resulting in really lowball offers that the seller continually rejects. With this now being a bank-owned property, banks have to go through a process, especially if the loan that was foreclosed was a Fannie or Freddie or a VA or an FHA-backed loan. They have to be mindful of their losses because those entities are taxpayer-backed. So they have to follow a sequential price reduction process, unfortunately, which is not very aggressive. Okay. So all of that. So $49.9 is list. Property obviously needs some love. Let's now go in and look at the aerial overlay. So we're just going to click on the map here in CenFuse, and then we're going to go to lot lines. Okay, so the first thing that jumps out at me is it sits right on what appears to be a very busy road of North Citrus Springs. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like you've got, is that a 4-lane road with park strips down the center?
It's basically just a 2-lane road with a shoulder for bikes and stuff.
Okay.
And then it's got a grass median.
Okay, so what we're seeing here, where it says $49, the house next door is $64, the house on the other side is $83. Across the way, kitty corner is $3,300. That's probably a monthly rental to rent this whole estate. $74, $84, $99, $1,000, $111, $116, $108, $123. So when you guys take all of the numbers I just said, 99, 100, 111, 116, and 123, and you just average them together, what number jumps out at you?
About 105.
Okay. 105. If I were going to retail this as your agent, I would probably list it at 109.9 is where I would be. Okay?
Okay.
Now, with 109.9, we now have to run our formula. So what is the formula to come up with our maximum allowable offer?
Be 40% of the after repair.
Have you guys been to our funding tour or any of our events?
We went to one.
Which one?
Tampa.
Okay. And you went to the funding tour there?
Yes.
Okay, so the formula, again, just as a reminder, is we take the ARV. You seeing this on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, 109.9 times 0.70 is 76,930. Okay? Now, what would you assume or calculate your rehab costs at?
For what he's saying doing?
About 25 to 30,000.
Okay, let's call it 30,000. So minus 30,000, you need to buy this house for 46,930. So
Okay.
the fact that it's already listed at 49, I mean, you're not very far off. So if you come in with an offer at 46,930, there's a very good chance that that offer is going to be accepted. So the mistake that we often make is we take a listed property at 49.9 and we think, well, I got to get it 50 cents on the dollar, and we write an offer at 25 grand and it's immediately rejected because any realtor is going to look at it and go, that's a ridiculously low offer, stop wasting my time. But if you will run your numbers the right way by first determining ARV value and then determining what your rehab costs are and back everything out, you can offer 46,930 on that house and still profit about 20 grand. Okay?
Okay.
Now, next thing I want to do is I want to go in and I want to look at the debt stack here within CenFuse. So let's go now into CenFuse, and I'm going to take the property address here. And again, we start with research. research, and this was 9384 Citrus Springs. Oops. Citrus Springs, Florida. Whoops. There we go. Okay, is this correct? Yes, this is correct.
No.
No.
No,
No, it's not?
no. No, it's 9384 Citrus Springs Boulevard
Ah,
in Citrus Springs.
Citrus, whoops. I got fat thumbs today. Citrus Springs, Florida, there we go.
There you
Okay, is
go.
that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so now, here's what we know. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 912 square feet, listed at $48,900, built in 1972. Previous owner bought it in June of '01, Edwin Rios and Susan Rios, husband and wife. And they were living in Ohio. Okay, I need now the title report. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to copy that address, and then I'm going to say Title 4 and paste that in. Yes, that is correct. Okay, now one of the advantages we have with this deal is that it's listed, and that's an advantage because we don't have to work to track down the seller. We can work directly with an agent. The downside is when an agent gets involved, prices go up, and we don't get the same pricing structure as we would otherwise get. Where's my title? There we go. Okay, so now this is the title report that I just got mailed from Senfuse. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right, so here's what we know on this thing. Edwin Rios, husband and wife, they are still showing as title. Is this a short sale?
It just says it's foreclosed.
Okay, 1972, June 19th of 2001. Okay, so let's look at the debt stack. So the way we read a debt stack is we go to the very last entry here, which is the foreclosure activity. Ronald Buckley, April 30th of 2019, is when this is scheduled to go to foreclosure sale. So it's not bank owned, it's still owner owned. And it appears that he bought the property for $48,900 and does not have any underlying mortgages. This is free and clear.
Okay.
But how can it be free and clear if he's in foreclosure?
That's a good question.
Okay, and you're talking directly with the agent, right?
We will, yes. We haven't yet, no.
Okay, let me try this. Skip trace. Let me see if I can get this owner on the phone. Yes. Okay, so now again, within Senfuse, we can skip trace the phone number right here. Now again, you guys, the beauty of Senfuse is everything that I'm doing right now, you can do in your car. You do not need to be in your office. You don't need to have an internet connection for your laptop. All of this is just being done through our cell phone and a text bot. Yeah. Thanks, Peter. And Peter whispered, you probably heard him, he said, make sure I tell you guys to pull over. Please do not do this while you are driving.
Oh, yeah,
Okay?
definitely.
All right, it says, we'll research the number to skip trace for this address, get back to you soon. Sorry, we cannot find any data. And that's not uncommon because with skip tracing works about 60% of the time. But here are some other options, okay? We can research the title, we can do a title for, we can add this property to our watch list, we can skip trace, we can start sending mail to these folks, we can cold call them, or we can write an offer. So these are all of the commands we can utilize within Senfuse. But again, as I said, it is listed and it appears to be free and clear, all right? So how do you guys intend to structure your offer, Jeff and Nancy? What is your offer going to look like?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Okay. And now, when you guys were at the funding tour in Fort Lauderdale, did you go through the 3-tiered offer writing process?
Yes, I remember it vaguely.
Okay. All right. And did you write a 3-tiered offer when you were there?
I think we did, yes.
Okay. So using the 3 tiers, what would the offer look like?
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to challenge your memories.
Yes, big time.
We're ready to go to another seminar.
Yeah.
I would just about have to remember all of this.
Okay. So
We'd like to get on your systems.
yeah, now what we do here, you guys, when we write a 3-tier offer, it's essentially 3 different offers on the same page. So we begin with a lowball all cash offer, then we go to a partially seller financed offer, and then we go to a 100% seller financed offer. So if it were me, I would write this offer for $30,000 in cash on this deal. They're asking $48,900, so that's not terribly out of the realm. I would then write a second offer for $40,000 with $5,000 down. And seller carries the remaining balance of $35,000 at 4% interest on a 30-year principal interest loan, okay? And then the third part of my offer would be a $55,000 offer where the seller carries 100% of the financing at 0% interest on a 30-year interest only with a 60-month balloon. Okay?
Okay, 55 with 100% financing?
Yep.
0% interest?
Yep. 30-year interest only, 60-month balloon. So we'll pay it off in 60 months. So 5 years. Now, obviously, it's not our intention to keep the property that long.
Right.
But what this does is it opens up the lines of communication. Obviously, $30,000 is not very exciting because they're asking $48,900 for this place. So we're asking them to take an $18,000 hit. Secondly, the second offer is $40,000, where we're going to give them some money down and ask them to carry and earn 4%. And then the third offer is we're offering them more than they're asking. So if they hate the first offer or the first version of the offer they see, they reject it, they read the second offer, and then they get to the third offer, and suddenly we're not such bad people because we're offering them $55,000 on a house where they're asking $48,900. Do you guys understand how that works?
Yes.
Okay. So that's how I would structure the offer. You do have to do it through a licensed real estate agent. Do you have an agent that you're using there in Citrus Springs, Florida?
Not at this time. We have a couple that have got, that has multiple listings and stuff. My son-in-law was an agent, so he's gonna put us in touch with a couple of different ones.
Okay. And if you guys can't find one, I've got some agents down there in Florida that I would recommend to you. So if you need that, just shoot me an email and I'll get you a name and a phone number. Because it is a listed property, you will have to work directly with the agent. But I would recommend you not work directly with the listing agent. You want an agent that represents you and not you and the bank. So it's better to have an interim agent operating for you and for the lender as well. Okay? Okay, does that answer your question on this deal?
It sure does.
Okay, well, good luck and let us know how it all turns out for you, okay?
All right, will do.
All right,
Thank you.
great chat with you guys. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, I've got one more submission here that came from Donald Kent. And I need to make sure that Donald is still with us. Yeah, Gregory says, correct me if I'm wrong, but South Carolina is a non-disclosure title state. I hope I'm saying that correctly. He says, my problem is not being able to look at title before I try to move forward with the proceedings. What can I do about that? Gregory, you can get it through Senfuse. You can get the debt stack through Senfuse. and that's where you get it. But you're absolutely right. If you don't have the title to the property, if you can't see what they owe, it is almost impossible to write an effective offer, because you got to know what they owe. You got to know what the underlying liens are to effectively write an offer. So that's another beautiful part about SendFuse, is you have that. The other cool thing is when we download the title directly from SendFuse, it's going to stay in our back office, where we will be able to access that debt stack for as long as we keep that deal in our watch list. Let me show you guys something real quick. SendFuse, getsendfuse.com. So when we come here to getsendfuse.com and we log in, and again, many of you will have access to this on the other side of this webinar and this presentation, because if you're going to be a real estate investor, you've got to have this tool. My team uses it daily. It is literally the right arm of our business. So if you guys don't have it, you're going to have a hard time accessing this information, okay? So active sequences are all of the properties that we currently have mail pieces going out to. Watch list is all of the properties that we are currently watching for any particular reason. Down here, this here, all of the properties that we have recently written offers on. And the cool thing about SendFuse, you guys, is it will store every offer you have ever written. So if a seller comes back and says, hey, you wrote me that offer a couple of weeks ago, I'd like to revisit that, you can just come right back in here to SendFuse. You don't have to repay for the offer, and you can see that when you write the offer directly out of SendFuse, it gives you a cover letter, a letter of intent, as well as a proof of funds letter, all included in the one call, okay? And I'll show you guys how to write an offer here in SendFuse in just a minute, but they're all right here. So all of that information is right there where you need it, okay? Then as we go down, we come to all of the properties that we have skip traced or that we are looking for homeowners on, and then of course all of the properties that we've done research for, okay? So all of that is what you're getting in the back here with SendFuse. Okay, now next, Donald Kent. Donald, are you with us? Donald, are you with us? Yes, Donald, are you somewhere you can chat? How do you get SendFuse? Wilfred asks. You go to getsendfuse.com, Wilfred, but please don't go there because I'm going to give it to you guys for free here at the end of this with a new training program that we're going to show you here in just a minute, okay? All right, Donald, I'm finding you. Here's Donald. Donald, can you hear me? Donald, you are unmuted on my side. So I'm not hearing you, which means you are muted on your side. Can you unmute yourself, Donald? Okay, while we are waiting for Donald to unmute himself, the address that he submitted was 1010 South, Southeast 21st Street Avenue, Cape Coral, Florida. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it this way, because many of you should be out doing this work in your car, okay? So I'm going to show you exactly how I'd approach this deal if I was sitting out front of this house in my car, okay? So I'm going to pull up SendFuse, and I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to start with the research command, and I'm going to research 1010 Southeast, whoops, 21st Avenue, and that is Cape Coral, Florida. Is 1010 Southeast 21st Avenue, Cape Coral, Florida correct? Yes. All right. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square foot. Paul and Birchtold own it. Paul and Marthena Trust own it. Okay. It's in Lee County, one of my favorite counties. And the owners bought it October 4th of 2017 for $225,000. Okay. Now I'm going to take the address here. I'm going to copy the address. I'm going to go into Google, and I'm going to Google the address and see what I can find here out about this property while we're sitting here. Okay. And here's the home on, I don't want it on Truly, I want it on Zillow. There we go. Okay, so this property sold on May 5th or May 14th of 2019. Let me go this way so it's bigger for you guys.
There you
Okay, so here's the house. A vaulted ceiling, pitched roof with an indoor, with a pool, with mosquito fencing, which is great. Vaulted entryway, tiled floors, very typical Florida house. Good square footage. Obviously the construction's dated. Kitchen's a little small. Okay, but overall a property that is not in too bad a condition. Okay. All right, so from here I'm going to read the notes, and here are the notes. The property is not currently for sale. The most perfect custom built 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,000-foot pool available in Southeast Cape Coral with only one owner. This home has been meticulously cared for and loved. As you walk through your double entry, you're greeted, G-R-E-E-T-E-D, you are greeted by an amazing, great room with views out to the pool through the wall of sliding glass doors. This beautiful home has been updated. So built 1987. Zillow says it's worth $251. Here's the tax property history. It was listed in March of 19 for $269 and sold in May for $250. Neighborhood says value is $223. Okay, all right. So whoever owns it bought it for $250,000 10 months ago. So how excited are they going to be to take a loss? I don't know. Let's now look at the lot lines. Again, we're on my cell phone, and here's what we have. We've got this house at $250, and then you can see right here, this house is $374. The house over here is $220, $212, $172, $287. Now, if we zoom this down a little bit, you can see Cape Coral is all canals. I actually used to live in Cape Coral, Florida for a while, and it's all canals. The houses that are on the canal are always worth significantly more, especially if the area that you are on the canal will take you out to the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, some of these canals will, others of these canals will not. So that is one of the deciding factors when you're looking to buy. The challenge with these types of properties is it always skews the Zestimate because you've got these comps right across the street. So 250 is what we have here. So now I want to go back into Senfuse and I want title. Now, there's a loan here. Yes, that's correct. There's a loan on title showing at $225,000. I would put the value of this house probably at $275,000, maybe $289,900. And Don, since you're not able to unmute yourself for some reason because we're not able to chat, let me try this one more time. Don, can you hear me now? Okay. So I don't know what's going on, but we can't get Don to come on. He's somehow muted on his side, and that's okay. Don, you can chat with me through the question portal there. Can you just give me a quick description or breakdown or brief on exactly what your plan is with this property? Okay. While he's doing that, I'm going to go in here and grab the title. And let's go here. There it is. Okay, so here is our title report for the Cape Coral property. Now again, the thing I want you guys to focus in on here is the speed at which I have this information immediately in my hands. Now, Paul and Marathina Burchold Trust, you can see that they transferred the property into the trust. Built in 1983, 1,713 square feet. Transferred June 6th of 2001. Transfer value 148.5. Market value 221. And that's weird. It's showing the house on the canal here. Don, you got to jump in on this. What is going on with this house? Because Zillow's showing, or Google's showing it's not on the canal, and this is showing that it is. If it's on the canal, it's worth a lot more, obviously. Okay, so here is the underlying lien information. Here's the debt stack. So Paul and Marthina bought it in 3. They got a loan for 118. They then transferred it via a quitclaim deed into a trust. You guys see this right here? Okay. Anytime you see a quitclaim document, it's usually a divorce situation where one spouse is transferring the asset to the other spouse. It could also be a death where the estate is transferring the property to one of the owners. My battery is running low on my computer. Got me? Okay. So that could be what's going on, or they're transferring it into a trust for asset protection. Now, the reason people will do this is you can't get a loan in a trust typically, so you have to get the loan in your personal name, then you transfer it to a trust, and that's how you protect it. Now, I'm not an asset protection attorney or a financial advisor or tax consultant, so certainly check everything that I'm doing. And I'm down, Peter. Oh, that's so funny. We checked everything.
But that.
Except for the power. Nope, nope, nope.
Okay, you're in. It may take a second for it to get enough juice.
Are we plugged in?
Let's get it, put you in here.
You got it?
Yeah.
You're still live on your side, aren't you, JT?
Yep, sure.
Okay. Facebook live audience and YouTube live audience, I apologize, we'll be back up here momentarily. It's never boring. Never boring.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Is it? Oh, I see his screen, but
Yes,
he's live.
computer. Yeah, he's still live now.
Okay, you're still on his screen though.
No, it's behind schedule.
Oh, I see.
Now, I'm hoping that we're probably going to have to reboot GoToWebinar.
Yes. Note to self, make sure everybody has power cord. Should just set up a designated machine in here for all that.
That'd be fun.
But you access a lot of your own stuff.
Okay, so Facebook, go to webinar audience. Are you guys back on? You seeing me, hearing me?
Got him fine. He's left. Okay, good. I'm going back. I'll chat with him.
Lisa, you got me? No, not right now. Lisa, you got me?
You log back in.
See what our audience view is doing here. I should be back in. Go to webinars to detect a new audio, however they can be set up.
We can see your screen, but we cannot hear you.
You cannot hear me. Okay. Let's try it this way. Okay, Lisa, I've switched back to computer audio. Testing 1, 2, 3. Lisa, can you hear me now? Lisa, can you hear me now? Connecting to audio. Lisa, can you hear me now?
You forgot to plug his
Yes, we can.
Okay, Lisa's got me. Okay, is everybody back? Everybody good? You all hearing me, seeing me? Okay, let me get back to our screen mirroring and back to our debt stack. There we go. Okay, so screen mirroring's here, and then let's go. And okay, back in business. All right. I apologize for the delay, guys. We will plug in our computer next time. Okay, so again, here's what we've got. They bought it in 1, got a loan against it in 3, transferred into a trust. Then it looks like in 16 they got a second mortgage against it for 57. And then they refinanced it again here in 2017. And so the underlying liens are $225,000. Now when we go back down here in our debt stack, the area that I want to go look at is the comps. Okay. So with our comps, we come here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so in CenViews, when you look at your comps, the main comp is always going to be the subject property. See where it says subject? You then have the year built here. So 1983, 1980, 81, 87, 98, 82, right? Here's the square footage of the lot. Here's the bedroom and bath count. Here's the square footage of the building area. So what we're looking for is the closest apples to apples comparison based on year built, lot size, and square footage of the property. My phone keeps going dark on me.
Yeah, charger, are you okay?
Oh, it's not dying. It's just when I don't touch it,
Goes to sleep.
it wants to be touched. Okay, there we go. Okay, you guys are back. All right, so now, once I find a really close match from the year built to the square footage, once I get a real close match, the next thing that matters most is the proximity of the comp to the subject property. So here you see 0.02, which means it's literally right next door. 1014 Southeast 21st. Our house is 1010 Southeast 21st. It sold June of last year for $300,000, and it doesn't have a pool. So pool is another thing that you need to make sure when you're using your comp. So that's a $300,000 comp. Again, no pool. Now as we go down here, here's a comp at 295 with a pool, a 244 with a pool, a 272 with a pool. Now, based on everything that I'm seeing here, I would put the value of this property at $269,900 to $274,900 is where I would comp it. Now, if we go down here, these are all the surrounding property owners, when they bought their house, how much they paid for them. Doug Swaney. I know a Doug Swaney in Cape Coral. I wonder if that's the same guy. Okay, coming down now, you come to this little cheater page right here. Okay? Now, if you aren't real good at determining value, here's your range. Anywhere from 181 to 300. You've had 15 sales within the area that were 3.2s with a median age built of 82, and they're selling for $236,960. Okay. Now we know what they owe. They know when we bought. We know when they bought it. We know that there's an underlying loan on this property for $225 that was just taken out in 2017. So not even 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So they owe $225 on a house that I think is worth maybe $274,900.
Lee, we've lost your audio on GoToWebinar.
Lost my audio in GoToWebinar. How did you have it up for a while there, Lisa? Questions. Okay. The voice is breaking. Okay, so Lisa, well, you can't hear me, so I'm going to log out of GoToWebinar. Leave webinar.
I got a message.
I'm going to leave the webinar. And I'm going to come back into the webinar. Okay, so there's that, and that, and okay, now I'm just logging back into the webinar. This is cutting edge stuff, guys.
Never known one.
Okay. Let's go here. Yeah, for those of you that are joining us via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, you guys are good. But what you may not be aware of is that we also have a subsequent, what's called GoToWebinar, which is another group of people that are watching us through a different platform. So we're essentially streaming to a bunch of different platforms. So you guys are up and going, what's the problem? We're just trying to get our other friends that have suddenly been kicked out. We want to get them back on. Okay, so that's what we are working on right now to get them back in here. And now I'm texting Lisa to say, send me the webinar link. There it is. She's very fast. Okay, we're getting close. It's loading. Still thinking. There we go. And let's now turn on my audio. Oops. Okay, Lisa, I am back in. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, working on audio right now. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Lisa, are you picking me up now? Lisa, do you got me? Lisa, copy? Lisa, you got me?
You are all good now.
I'm on?
Yes.
I'm on? Okay, cool.
And just need to show us your screen.
Show my screen. Are you not seeing my screen? You need to see a different screen. You need to
We're seeing your
see.
desktop.
You need to see this screen
Yes.
over here.
You got audio back, Mike?
Yeah, I got audio.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
There we go. Okay. So we are on the Cape Coral deal with Don. Don, I still need some intel from you on what you want to do with this property. Okay. Don, what do you want to do with this property? That's what I need to know.
We lost your audio again.
I wasn't talking. Can you hear me now? Lisa, can you hear me now? Lisa, can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Lisa? Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Sounds like it's your network connect.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to dial in from my cell phone and show everybody how to get the free stuff. So let me switch sound to phone, and I'm going to finish up here with phone so that you guys can 213-929-4232. Okay, Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Y'all got my audio now?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to go back here real quick because I can't leave Don hanging on this deal. I'm just trying to figure out where the upside is. So I want to double check and see if this is a canal fronting property. Because if it is a canal fronting property, there's value, but I'm not seeing that it is. So, Don, you need to chime in here, dude, or I'm not going to be able to give you any additional help. Don says, okay, he wants to flip it. All right. So here's the issue you got, Don. 1010 Southeast, Cape Coral. See, it's showing that it's right here on the canal. But let's check. Says it's listed for $279, or at least it was. Single family home. Okay. Don, I don't think there's enough margin here, my friend. They owe $225,000, and comps are $289.9 to $300 at best. I don't see any upside for you. So my recommendation would be to move on. This is just not a good deal, and in my opinion, it is not worth your time. Okay? So I wouldn't do anything else with it if I were you. Now, it's very rare, just so you guys all know, it's very rare that I will say pull out of a deal or go invest time elsewhere, because if there's a deal to be made, certainly go make the deal. But the thing that you've got to be very concerned with is the underlying liens, because if they owe $225,000 on a house worth $280,000, you can't buy it at a low enough price. I mean, even if we run the math, right? Value at $300,000 at 70% is $210 minus, let's just call it $25,000 for minor repair, $185. So to make any money on this thing, Don, you got to buy it for $185, and they owe $225. So you'd have to offer them something where they would stand to lose $40,000 in selling it to you. So it's just not a good use of time, in my opinion. Okay? Now, here's what I love about what we're doing here, you guys. If we can find deals that make viable sense, and we didn't really find any deals here today that made viable sense. And I'm sitting, well, no, that's not true. Jeff and Nancy have a deal that I think they could make some money on. Now, after we did some digging, we checked the underlying liens, we determined the situation through Senfuse and identifying what was going on with the title. I believe that Jeff and Nancy have potentially a very good deal. And my guess is that the agent is going to want cash, and they're going to end up paying somewhere between $45,000 and $47,000 for it, and that would be a good deal. Now, when they buy that house and fix it up, it transforms the neighborhood. They can earn another $20,000 or $25,000, which is supplemental income. And guys, we're doing all of this using Senfuse. Phil G said that Senfuse is the best source for the money. I have used this for over a year and find it to be a valuable tool for research. This is Doreen Tafoya. She worked with me for years, and she just goes on to say that this is incredible and you all need to be interested in it. And it is nationwide. Works literally everywhere. Okay. Bill B says, invaluable prospecting tool. I have farmed foreclosures for most of my real estate career, and I found my lead data the hard way. This helps me search many types of leads easily and allows me to send mailings. Best product I've used to grow my business. Mark M said, shh, don't tell my competitors. I'm surprised at how I have been able to change the way I do business. Now, as I showed you guys earlier, Senfuse does a lot of things, but the most exciting things are the automated owner search, the skip tracing for finding the address, cold calling sellers so that you don't have to call them yourself, a direct mail marketing campaign where you can just start sending postcards to these folks. Also, you can send offers and proof of funds letters directly through Senfuse, and you also get a personal army of bird dogs. So here's what we're doing. I want you guys to write these dates down. March 18th and 19th. Now, this is coming up in just a couple of weeks, as we all know. We will not be running this through Facebook or through YouTube. Okay, we will have a closed channel. That will eliminate all of these technical challenges we've been having because we've been doing this for years, you guys. And we just today are testing with Facebook and YouTube, and you can see that it's having some issues. So for these two dates, we will not be allowing anybody that is not paid or invested to come to these trainings to be here, and it's going to be a seamless and flawless delivery. Here's what's cool. You do not need to travel. This class is called Flipping Accelerator. I want you to write that down. Flipping Accelerator. And I'm going to be live streaming directly into your home or your office via your computer. And where we only had about 90 minutes to do some deals here together today, through this class, I'm going to be spending 5 hours on the 18th and 5 hours on the 19th. And we're going to be going through deals step by step. I'm going to show you guys how to write a 3-tiered offer, how to get it right out of your back office, and how to utilize Senfuse to pull your debt stacks, determine your values, figure out what's really going on with the seller, and write offers that are going to be accepted and accepted quickly. Okay? We will be sending this right to your house. Now, we only have 100 available seats for this, and we've already sold about 65 of those seats, which means for you guys, I only have 35 seats left for you to attend this training, which means if you want to come to this, you need to go to thelearnoldsystem.com/March. Now, here's some of the things we're going to cover, okay? On day one, I'm going to show you guys how to invest in the sweet spot, how to locate the best deals, field preparation, what to do before you get out there. I'm even going to give you scripts for how to have conversations with the homeowners, how to handle and deal with and counter objections. I'm going to cover the emerging markets where you all need to be investing. Not nationwide, just right in your own little community. I will show you exactly where to go to find the best deals that exist in your market. And I don't care if you've got a population of 2 million people or 200 people. There is opportunity in your market. I'm going to show you where to find it, okay? We will cover what to look for while driving for dollars, how to find off-market deals, and how to work auction leads. If you guys are not working the auction lists, you are missing out on some of the best opportunities that exist in real estate today. And, you know, people continue to make the statement, oh, there's no good deals at auction, too many investors are at auction, and you can't find any good deals. Guys, I was at auction Friday. What was that, 6 days ago? Friday, 6 days ago, and I bought a lot, zoned multifamily residential 4-unit. There was a 4-plex on it. It burned down. Insurance company paid off the underlying mortgage for everything but $32,000. The person that owned it did not make payments on the $32,000 remaining balance, and it went to auction. I was bidding against 2 other investors, and we went from $32,000 up to $48,000. All of the other investors were looking at me like, Lee, you're crazy. What, paying $48,000 for that lot? What, are you crazy? That's a terrible investment. 2 hours later, I had that property live on the MLS for sale. And yesterday I got an offer on that lot for $100,000 cash. That's a $52,000 property, guys. I bought it for $48,000. I'm selling it for $100,000. That's $52,000 on a single transaction at a venue where every investor in the country will tell you there's no good deals at the auction. And you know what? I want people to continue sharing that bad information. Because if you are not one of my clients, if you are not a Lee Arnold system client, then auctions are bad. You shouldn't go there. All right? For those of you that are Lee Arnold system clients, those of you that are going to be attending the Flipping Accelerator program, you're going to start going to auction. And I don't care if you have cash or not. But Lee, you have to have all cash in my market to buy at auction. No, you do not. And I'm going to show you how at the class on March 18th. Now on March 19th, this will be the second day that we will have together. We are going to do deal review, where we will determine what type of deal is cash flowing deal. I will teach you guys how to calculate net operating income or NOI, how to structure cash flow deals, how to get an ROI or return on investment, as well as the cap rate, to understand cap rates before you buy. We will cover when to wholesale, when to wholetail, when to fix, and when to flip. Also, why wholesaling should always be your first option, as well as how to partner on wholesales with the owner and how to rehab less to make more. Now, I got to tell you guys, when I bought that fourplex lot, I was really thinking I should build a fourplex. When I'm done, that fourplex would probably have $150,000 to $200,000 in equity once I'm done. And with the finance channels that I'm going to show you guys during this class, I can show you how to build fourplexes in your own backyard on lots for no money down, okay? You got to buy them right. You got to structure the financing right, but I'll teach you how to do that. I could have built a fourplex, no money down, and when I got done with it, I'd have about $200,000 in equity. Now, here's a question for you guys. Do you want to have $200,000 in equity 12 months from now with an asset that's cash flowing after you get it fully rented out, an asset that's cash flowing maybe $200 a month? Or do you want $50,000 cash in the next 3 weeks? Now, there is no right or wrong answer to that question. It really just boils down to what are your current needs. If you are getting close to retirement age and you need to start stockpiling assets to have cash flow to add to your Social Security income, then you're probably more interested in buying multifamily, duplex, triplex, fourplex, buying existing, building new, because you need to start building your cash reserves, okay? If you are not to that place, and right now you are living paycheck to paycheck and you're really just kind of struggling to make ends meet, and it seems like you've got more month at the end of your paycheck than you've got paycheck at the end of your month, you need to make some quick cash, which is why you need to be focusing on wholesaling and wholetailing and getting in and getting out quickly. We're going to cover both sides of that strategy on these days, March 18th and March 19th. I will also share with you guys closing techniques, how to sign and get the seller, how to handle objections, funding the deal, how to fund or not to fund your flip strategy. I can show you guys how to flip real estate without using any money. I can show you how to partner with the homeowner, and I will show you how to partner with the homeowner so that you don't have to bring in any cash. You don't have to worry about monthly payments, taxes, insurance. All of these deals are fully viable and in play for you. Don't care about your credit score. Don't care about how much money you do or do not have in the bank. I don't care if you've never done a deal before. I'm going to show you guys step by step every strategy in this Flipping Accelerator program, every strategy you need to go out there and start making money literally within the next 7 to 10 days. How to earn faster cash on each strategy will also be covered. Now, here's the cool thing. We have never done this before. We have hundreds of people right now, you guys, that are out there actively using SendViews. For those of you that already have SendViews, you need to come to the class, okay? For those of you that don't, this is really quite an amazing opportunity for you guys because this training class is usually $2,500 and SendViews is usually $2,500. Watch what happens. For those of you that come to the Flipping Accelerator class to flip real estate deals, number one, I'm going to give you 200 Senfuse coins so that you can start doing research right now. So you're going to attend the class. You're going to get Senfuse. I'm going to give you coins so you can start doing research and title and starting mailing campaigns and skip tracing and writing offers. Zach said this, using Senfuse helped us close one of the biggest deals we have ever done. Amazing piece of tech. We use it all the time now. Would you like to close your biggest deal yet using Senfuse? I think you do, and today I'm going to make that possible. So for the CEO Fireside special, you guys, here's what I'm doing. You are going to get Senfuse, the full version, not Senfuse Lite, the full functioning version of Senfuse, everything available to you, the 2 days of training with me, okay? This is not one of my speakers that's going to come in and teach you for 10 hours. You guys are getting me for 10 hours. Now, the only other time you get to attend a class with me is if you attend a Lee Center Circle, which is a $20,000 investment, or you attend a Master Cash Flow, which is a $20,000 investment, or you attend a Master Rehabber event, which is a $20,000 investment, or you attend a Master Lien Abatement Master event, also $20,000. You have the opportunity to get Senfuse, which we normally sell for $24.97, and 10 hours with me for $997. That's an unbelievable deal. I know that sounds really arrogant. I don't mean it to. But you guys need to be at this class. If you didn't make at least $250,000 last year flipping houses, if you didn't make $250,000 last year in real estate, you cannot afford not to attend this class. You've got to go. $997 for 10 hours with me and the most powerful piece of tech that exists in the real estate market today for $997, you guys got to do it. Simply go to leearnoldsystem.com/March, or if you have any questions, at all, you can simply call my office, 800-533-1622. Again, 800-533-1622. Now, if you are watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, all you need to do is click the link that's in the description that's on your screen as you're looking at it right now. Okay, just click the link and it'll take you right to the order page. Again, you guys, I only have 35 seats left for this training, and I anticipate that they will already be sold or about to be sold out, which is why you can't delay on this thing. You need to call 800-533-1622. Now, some of you might have questions about, well, Lee, what if I already have Senfuse? It's still $997, you guys. Okay, that's why this is such an incredible offer. Well, Lee, I already paid for the class, but I got Senfuse Lite. I want the full version of Senfuse. It's $997. Okay, so don't call my office and say, hey, I want this or I want no. It's $997. If you already have Senfuse, cool. You're still getting 10 hours with me for $997. If you already have the 10 hours with me, but you don't have Senfuse, you're getting Senfuse for $997. Normally $24.97, which is why you guys need to do it. Okay? So here's what you need to do. You're going to go to leearnoldsystem.com/March, or you can call 800-533-1622, and that's so you can receive the $29.97 discount. $3,000 off is what you're getting here. You're going to receive all the bonuses, trainings, access to this amazing tool immediately, and you're going to start using Senfuse, and you're going to be driving for dollars, and you're going to have your trained bird dogs drive for dollars for you. And when you guys come to the class on the 18th and the 19th, you're going to send me your deals, and I'm going to work on your deals right there with you, okay? Now, the people's deals who will get my priority are the people who signed up soonest for the class and the people who submitted their deals the fastest, okay? I don't believe you can take advantage of tremendous opportunity if you move in slow motion. So those who take immediate massive actions are the ones that I tend to work with more quickly because they're the movers and the shakers, right? I don't want to be working with people that take 3 weeks to make up their mind or make a decision, which is why you guys really don't need to think about it. You just need to go to leearnoldsystem.com/March, or you need to call 800-533-1622. So please go do that now. And you'll use the marketing tools. You're going to make offers, and you're going to spend more time doing what you love to do rather than what you have to do. Okay? Also, when you guys go here, you're going to get the download of Cash is King, which is from one of our previous CEO Fireside chats. That is the transcription of the audio as well as the audio itself. So you guys can go back and listen to that. All you need to do for that is go to leearnoldsystem.com/March, or you can call 800-533-1622. Coral Dillon, congratulations. Coral just said, got it now. Good job, Coral. I like you already. People that make and take immediate and massive action are my friends, and I appreciate that. So good job to Coral. And let's see who else we've got. Again, you guys, I've only got 35 spots, so if you have any questions at all, please call into my office. We will happily answer those questions for you and get you going, okay? All right, if you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and type them into the GoToWebinar chat button, and somebody from my team will reach out to you and answer those questions for you. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys right here, March 18th and 19th. Again, I'm broadcasting live into your home. Facebook audience, go to Facebook Live, click the description in your screen. YouTube Live, folks, click the description in your screen. But go to leearnoldsystem.com/March or call 800-533-1622 and do it now. Do it now, okay? Until next time, God bless you guys. Happy investing, and I'll see you in a couple weeks right here in March. Until then, see you guys later.